Echoes in the KonKrete, written by KX. Epigraph. The cracked pavement never erases the imprint of a thought. It simply waits for the next footfall. Chapter 1, Night's Ledger. The neon buzz of the corner sign turned the rain-slick asphalt into a river of liquid amber. I stood beneath the single flicker, the kind of light that stains the eyes and refuses to let the darkness dissolve. Somewhere a siren sighed, stretched in across the empty avenues, as if the city itself were holding its breath. I have learned that the night does not conceal. It announces the things daylight pretends to hide. Every shadow on the wall is a story unresolved. Every echo off the brick a fragment of a promise broken before it could be kept. In these hours, the streets become a laboratory where the mind tests its own limits, where silence presses against the pulse of distant traffic and forces a question. What do you hear when the world stops speaking? A boy, no older than 15, sneaked up to the graffiti-splattered wall that ran the length of the block. He lifted a broken bottle, its jagged edge catching the flicker, and hurled it. The glass exploded against the concrete, spraying shards that caught the light for an instant before they fell like white teeth onto the damp pavement. A few heads turned, a couple of cigarette butts rolled away, and the boy vanished into the gutter as if the act had never occurred. In that small, violent gesture, I saw the first fracture of my own certainty. The boy thought he was merely expressing frustration, yet the sound of shattering glass was an invitation, a signal that the surface could be broken, that the veneer of order was only as strong as the belief that it could not be pierced. I understood that the mind, like the street, is a series of layered panes. Each crack lets a different light through, and every new angle creates a fresh set of shadows. From my position, I watched the reactions. A man on a stoop lowered his head, his shoulders hunching as if the sound had struck something deeper than bone. A woman hurried past, clutching her bag tighter, her eyes scanning the dark as though searching for the source of an invisible threat. Their bodies responded before their thoughts had time to label the danger. That was a lesson, as precise as any lecture, written in the language of involuntary reflex. Fear is a teacher that arrives uninvited and leaves a syllabus etched in nerves. I have always kept a ledger of such moments, not on paper but on the inside of my skull. Each entry is a case study of how perception can be nudged, how a single fracture can redirect the flow of a whole neighborhood's confidence. When the boy's bottle struck the wall, the ripple traveled farther than his arm could have ever reached. It entered the collective psyche of the block and whispered that change is possible, even if it is violent. The streets have a way of compressing years into a single breath. A life can be summed up when the wind carries the scent of wet concrete and the distant clatter of a subway train. I have walked these corners long enough to hear the rhyme of my own thoughts echoed back to me from the cracked sidewalks. The city teaches you that power is rarely held in fists. It is held in the ability to rearrange a narrative that people tell themselves while they stare at the same cracked wall. Tonight, as I lean against a rough brick and let the night air fill my lungs, I can taste a metallic tang of anticipation. My mind catalogs the scene: neon, rain, shattered glass, fleeting silhouettes. I understand that the darkness is not an absence but a presence that amplifies what is already inside. Hope, dread, the unspoken intent to survive. The lesson is simple, though it gnaws at the edges. If you can see the cracks, you can choose which ones to widen. In the quiet that settles after the shattering, I hear my own heartbeat matching the rhythm of the city's pulse. It is a reminder that every step I take on this pavement is both a surrender and a claim. The night will stretch on, the siren will wail again, and the streets will keep recording each footfall, each whispered fear, each deliberate fracture. I will keep listening, because in the darkness the mind learns its most honest language. Chapter 2, The Line of Reflections. The rain had given the avenue a new skin. Slick, glossy, a mirror that swallowed neon and spat it back in fractured shards. I walked the length of the block with no destination, only a purpose that felt as familiar as the pulse in my own ears. The city's breath was cold, rhythmic, and every inhalation seemed to press deeper into the creases of my mind. I had already seen how a single cracked bottle could rewrite the script of a neighborhood. The next step, I knew, was to write the next line of that script and watch who would try to read it. In any urban theater, the audience never knows when the spotlight will shift, and the actors, whether they were leather jackets or cheap suits, always perform under the illusion of control. A lone silhouette emerged from the shadows of a half-collapsed awning. The figure moved with the confident gait of someone who had learned to read the city's whispered codes. The way the wind tugged at a coat, the cadence of a passing train, the rhythm of a distant train whistle that mimics a heartbeat. No name was needed. The street itself introduced the presence. He or she carried an old, battered cassette player, a relic from a time when analog hiss was a soundtrack to rebellion. The device clicked open, a tiny door to a world of recorded thoughts, and a low-volume voice began to spill into the night. A looping phrase. You are the echo of every lie you ever told yourself. The line cut through the rain like a scalpel. It was not the words that mattered, but the quiet certainty with which they landed on the pavement of the mind. The phrase lodged itself in the cracks I had already exposed, resonating in the same frequency as the shattering glass from a night before. The city seemed to pause, listening to its own confession. I let the voice trail off, then stepped forward, closing the distance. My own words, softer but no less deliberate, slipped into the stillness. People build walls out of promises they make to themselves. It's only when the wind, your doubts, bleeds through that you notice they're not brick at all, but paper. He turned, eyes reflecting the jaundiced glow of the street lamp. In that flicker, I read a mixture of curiosity, suspicion, and an unvoiced yearning for affirmation. The street had taught him as it had taught me. The only way to survive this concrete jungle is to become a part of its narrative, not an outsider looking in. We stood there for a heartbeat that stretched longer than the night itself. A taxi hissed past, its headlights cutting white lines through puddles, each flash a reminder that the world kept moving, indifferent to the drama playing out on its sidewalks. I offered him the cassette, a silent invitation to swap stories without ever exchanging names. He accepted, his fingers brushing mine briefly, an electric exchange that felt less like a touch and more like a data transfer. In that moment, I understood the city's secret economy. Information is the most valuable commodity, and the only one that does not degrade with use. I slipped the cassette into his player, the tape winding in with a soft whir. The same looping voice now belonged to him as well. You are the echo of every lie you ever told yourself. The paradox was cruel. The echo would now haunt both of us, each hearing our own distortion in the other's ears. The rain eased, leaving a thin veil that caught the early light of a new dawn. I turned away, hearing the soft click of his cassette player as he hit the stop button. On the concrete, the reflection of the streetlight fractured again, this time into 1,000 tiny points, each one a potential path, a potential story. Walking away, the city seemed to breathe a little easier, as if the act of sharing the same broken phrase had granted it a sliver of balance. My thoughts drifted back to Bottle that night. How a single, violent gesture could open a dialogue the street never expected. Now, through the exchange of cassette, a conversation had been opened without a single shout, without a single gunfire. The lesson etched itself in the back of my mind. Power in the night is rarely about force. It is about the ability to place the right word at the right moment into the right ear. When that word lands on a soul already cracked, it can either seal the wound or widen it. It all depends on who holds the tape. A distant siren rose again, a low moan that blended with the rustle of leaves and the distant clatter of a garbage truck beginning its route. The city, ever patient, continued its unending cycle of breaks and repairs, of lies and echoes, of darkness that both conceals and reveals. I disappeared into the thinning fog, the street lamp's glow fading behind me, carrying with me the knowledge that every night supplies a fresh canvas, and every mind a new line of poetry waiting to be written or erased. Chapter 3. The Stolen Claim. The fog that rolled out of the dockyard settled on the boulevard like spilled ink, swallowing the street lamp's amber halos and turning every gutter into a black river. I moved through that tide of mist with the same measured gait I had taken the night before, feeling the pavement's cold iron under my soles, listening for the subtle shift in the city's pulse that tells a story before anyone dares to speak it. Tonight, an underground cipher battle was taking place in an abandoned warehouse beneath the old freight depot. The place was a hollowed-out cathedral of rusted girders, its broken windows forming a lattice of pale slits that let the fog creep in like a patient thief. Inside, a cluster of MCs gathered, each clutching a microphone as if it were a weapon forged from their own breath. Their eyes flickered with the restless energy of a restless crowd, hungry for something they could claim as theirs alone. One of them, a wiry kid with shaved crown and a tattoo of Phoenix on his forearm, stepped forward and announced he was about to drop a line he'd been nursing for months, a line that, in his own words, held the city's heartbeat. He raised the mic, let the silence expand, then let the words spill. Underneath these flashing towers, the streets whispered louder than any crowd. The line cut through the stale air, striking a chord that resonated with every listener's own hidden yearning. It was a claim over the city's subconscious, a subtle ownership over a feeling that no one else could name. A murmur ran through the room, an unspoken acknowledgement that a piece of the collective psyche had just been seized. I watched the kid's cheeks flush, his chest rise with pride, his mind already framing a future where that phrasing would be his signature, the one he'd be remembered for. He never realized that in a world built on illusion, a claim is no different from a coin placed on a table. It exists only as long as the eyes of those who see it keep in view. I slipped behind a stack of busted crates, my shadow merging with the infrastructure of the warehouse. The cassette player I had given him the night before still ticked in the pocket of his jacket, a low-level hum that blended with the distant thrum of a freight train outside. I slid a fresh tape into its slot, the ribbon of magnetic film shimmering faintly under the feeble light. Without a word, I recorded the line the kid had just uttered, then I whispered over it, my voice a soft, deliberate counterpoint. You own the echo, but it belongs to the walls that hear it first. The cassette swallowed my sentence, stitching it into the same magnetic strip as his own. I slipped the device back into his jacket, the weight of it balanced now with a stolen fragment that was not his. As the kid lifted the mic again to continue his set, the tape rolled silently, replaying both his original claim and my silent insertion. In that brief moment of overlap, the audience heard a duality they could not parse. The original line rang out, then a faint echo followed, like a shadow moving just out of sync with its source. That second voice was invisible to the eye, but it made the original sound feel both larger and somehow incomplete. The crowd's heads tilted, noticing the subtle dissonance, feeling that something had been taken away from a pure resonance they expected. I felt the ripple inside my own skull, a quiet satisfaction that came not from violence, but from the knowledge that I could alter perception of a claim without ever laying a hand on the speaker's throat. The psychological impact was instantaneous. The kid's confidence wavered, a flicker of doubt crossing his expression as he sensed that his ownership over the line was no longer absolute. Later, when the battle dissolved into a low-key jam session, I approached the kid. I handed him a glass of cheap bourbon, the amber liquid catching the dim light like a tiny, dying sun. He stared at the glass, his eyes still scanning the room as if searching for an invisible thief. "You gave me that tape," he said, voice roughened by the night smoke. "You played it." I replied, watching his reflection in the cracked bottle. "You own the words, but the sound that carries them belongs to the space they occupy." His jaw clenched, the muscle twitching as if trying to grasp something intangible. "What did you do?" Only added a layer. I lifted my glass in a mock toast, the condensation dripping like a fine rain onto the worn wooden table. Every city story is a stack of tracks. Your verse, a line on one side, another hidden on the reverse. I simply recorded both, so the listeners hear more than you intended. He stared at the bottle a moment longer, then lowered his gaze. The weight of his own claim had been diluted, turned into a duality he could not fully control. It was a lesson in possession. The mind can only guard claim as long as a claim is singular, The moment another voice shares the same space, the illusion fractures. I left the warehouse as the mist thickened again, the street ahead glistening with the sheen of oil and rain. The city's veins pulsed beneath me, each step echoing a rhythm that was both mine and someone else's. My thoughts drifted back to the kid's line, to the echo that now lingered in every ear that had heard the battle. I realized that every stolen claim is a seed planted in another's mind, a seed that will grow into a question, a doubt, a fear that one's own narrative can be usurped. In that darkness, I recognized the quiet power of a well-timed theft. It does not require a gun, a fist, or a shout. A single phrase, split and recombined, reframes the very architecture of belief. The streets taught me that the greatest raids happen when the guard is asleep, when a mind believes it is the sole holder of a story, and the attacker merely whispers a counterverse. The fog rolled forward, swallowing the boulevard again, the city's heartbeat thudding beneath the surface, waiting for the next claim to surface, for the next echo to be split, for another mind to be reminded that ownership is a fleeting illusion. I walked on, the night's ledger writing itself anew with each step, wise, street-born, dark, and forever psychological. Chapter 4, Echoes on Wax. The night air outside the block was the same thick smoke broth it always was. Humid, humming with a distant rumble of freight, the occasional siren that cut to the black like a knife. I slipped to the cracked stone doorway of the old record shop that had survived 3 riots, 2 floods, and a dozen landlord evictions. Inside, the scent of polished mahogany mixed with ozone from the ancient turntable that still spun at 33 revolutions per minute in the corner, its needle hanging like a tired eye over a surface that had seen every wisp the city could muster. The shop was a cathedral of analog, a sanctuary for any soul that believed sound to hold a soul hostage. Dust lay in thin sheets across the shelves, settling over stacks of LPs that had once been the soundtrack of block parties, house battles, and the quiet evenings when a neighborhood's grief was bottled in a groove and released into the night. A single bulb hung from a frayed cord, casting a narrow cone of amber that made the worn vinyl look like thick, black discs of raw potential. On the counter lay a blank, lacquer-coated disc, still pristine, untouched, waiting for a story to be pressed into its surface. I picked it up, feeling the chill of the polymer under my fingertips, the way a fresh canvas trembles before a painter's first stroke. Somewhere in the back, a battered cassette player bloated with tape hissed softly, its mechanical heart beating in sync with my own. The tape, once a conduit for my whispered infiltrations, was now empty, ready to capture something more permanent. I set the blank disc on the platter, lowered the tone arm, and let the needle kiss the gloss. The crackle that sprung from that first contact was a tiny, static crack, a promise that something new was about to be carved. I stared at the silent black circle, and in that silence a thought settled, heavy as the rain that had just left the streets. Words are bullets when they are embedded, silent but forever present. I pulled a second, older disc from a shelf, a record that had once belonged to a rival MC, its grooves already etched with boast that was now a relic. I lifted it, placed it on the turntable, and let its familiar rhythm spin out, a low, throbbing bass that reverberated to the rafters and into my chest. The old track floated over the room, a ghost of the past, and I heard, half hidden beneath the melody, the faint echo of my own voice from the cassette I'd given the kid 2 nights ago. You are the echo of every lie you ever told yourself. The line looped, a thin thread weaving through the deeper bass. I could feel the way the old track's frequency gave the voice a body, a kind of scaffolding that would let it lodge deeper. I pressed the record button on the cassette player, the machine's red light flaring like a street lamp in the dark alleys. The tape began to spool, swallowing combined sound of the old record and my own recitation. As the cassette fed the audio into the recording head, I turned a knob on the turntable, adjusting the pitch ever so slightly. The low frequencies shifted, warping the timbre just enough that the voice seemed to come from a place beneath the street, as if an unseen speaker were whispering from the sewer lines. The effect was subtle but intentional. The mind registers a tone as trust when it feels familiar, but will accept malice when it is cloaked in that familiarity. When the tape finally ran out, I lifted the needle, listening to the final crackle. The wax on the blank disc, still untouched, sat there like a silent witness. I switched the player to playback, slid the cassette on top, and let the recorded audio spill onto the fresh disc. The needle, now guided by an invisible hand, carved microscopic grooves into the black surface. Each groove was a line, a blade that cut into a medium designed to be replayed, an imprint that would survive long after the speakers in that warehouse fell silent. In that moment, the world narrowed to the mechanical romance of needle, vinyl, and magnetic tape. The act felt ancient, like a street magician pulling a card from a deck that had been marked on one side. The wax was a memory trap. Once pressed, it could not be erased. It would spin over and over, the same phrase looping, a mantra that would seep into any listener's subconscious the way water seeps into stone. I stared at the freshly cut disc, half-etched, half-smooth. The dark surface now bore an invisible scar that could only be heard, not seen, an echo that would travel through the speakers of any block party, any underground cipher battle, any private set of earbuds. This was the architecture of psychological invasion. Not a shot that leaves a hole in flesh, but vibration that embeds itself in thought patterns, that rewires a synapse each time the record is spun. I slipped the disc into a plain, nondescript case, the kind a street vendor might use to hide contraband. I left it on a metal shelf amidst the reams of old LPs. One more piece waiting to be discovered, to be bought, to be played. The next person who walked into the shop, searching for a fresh sample or a nostalgic groove, would be the unwitting carrier of the echo. I thought about the kid from the warehouse, his line still ringing in the back of my mind. He had claimed the city's heartbeat. Now the city would pulse with my own phrase, a lingering reminder that his claim was not his alone. The psychological damage was not in a shouted insult or a bruised cheek, but in the way a repeated line could become a soundtrack to one's doubts, a bass line that thuds on the thought of self-worth. The street had taught me that the most potent weapons are those that never leave a scar. A bullet sings a short song. Boom, and then it's gone. A record sings forever, looping its melody into the marrow of anyone who lets it play. The city's asphalt is cracked, but the cracks can be filled with sound that reverberates through the concrete, shaking foundations that even the strongest gangs cannot see. I left the shop just before dawn, the early light a pale smear over the brick walls. The sky held a weak, gray promise that the day would bring new hustles, new betrayals, new verses. My pocket was heavy with a case of wax, my mind ticking like the metronome of a beat. I was still composing. The city kept its rhythm, cops, hustlers, and drifters, and in that rhythm I had inserted a silent beat that would outlast them all. The neighborhood's murals watched from across the street, their paint drying under a drizzle that smelled of gasoline and fresh coffee. Somewhere a child on a stoop whispered a new rhyme, not knowing her words would soon be layered beneath a loop I'd already set in motion. The streets, ever wise, understood that the ultimate power is not to dominate with fists, but to own the sound that fills the night. I walked on, the echo of my own thoughts keeping time with the city's pulse, a darkness thick enough to drown out the daylight, but clear enough to see the path I'd carved in wax. The night remained dark, streetwise, and fully aware that once a phrase is pressed into wax, it becomes a living thing, silent, patient, inexorable. Chapter 5. Hearts that break quietly. The streetlights had dimmed to a thin, amber smear, the kind of glow that makes puddles look like liquid steel. I walked past a bakery that still smelled of warm dough, past the corner where a lone guitarist plucked the strings of an old acoustic, his melody drifting like a lost thought in an alley full of exhausted sighs. Each step pressed a soft thud into the cracked pavement, a reminder that even the ground beneath us keeps a record of every footfall. Tonight the city felt like a closed-circuit system, every whisper fed back into the same hollow, every secret amplified by the empty spaces between buildings. I had already learned how to plant a seed in the mind, how to bend a rhythm to my own purposes. Now it was time to pull the root from beneath a chest that everyone believed was armored in pride. I found the target inside a small, dimly lit dive bar called the Vault. The nickname stuck because the room was built like a bank, Heavy wooden doors, thick velvet drapes, a bar that looked as solid as a safe. The clientele were a mixture of hustlers, poets, and the occasional night shift worker who had just finished a night of loading crates. Among them sat a man whose reputation preceded him. In the streets, he was spoken of as the one who never cracks. He wore a crisp suit, his shoes polished to a mirror finish, his eyes constantly scanning the room as if measuring the weight of every glance that fell upon him. There were rumors that he never let anyone see the vulnerability in his gut. I sat a few stools away, ordering a glass of water that tasted of cheap ice. The bartender, a woman with a scar that ran from her left cheek to her jawline, slid the drink over with a nod that said, "Don't ask." From my seat, I listened. The chatter was a low hum, punctuated by the occasional clink of glass. He laughed at a joke, but the sound was sharper than it needed to be, like a blade with a polished edge. I could see the armor, a veneer of confidence, a facade of invincibility. Beneath that lay the pulse of a heart that rarely got a chance to beat in a peaceful rhythm. I began to work the room's invisible frequencies. I asked the bartender, in a voice low enough that only he could hear, "You ever notice how the humming of a refrigerator is louder when the lights are out?" He turned his head, eyebrows lifting. "What do you mean?" he replied. I let the question linger like a note held too long, then answered, "It's the same with people. When we're in the dark, we hear the little things that usually get drowned out by the noise." He stared at me for a heartbeat, then his laughter faltered. The bartender caught the glance and offered a thin smile, as if she sensed a shift in the air. The bar's ambient noise seemed to recede, the clatter of bottles and hushed conversations falling away like a tide pulling back from shore. I reached for the unspoken, pulling a thread that connected his external shield to a place he kept hidden. The memory of a night when it stood at the edge of a rooftop, watching the city spread beneath him like a circuit board, feeling the wind slice through his skin. He had never spoken of that night, but the image was there, an imprint in his mind that he kept under lock and key. During a lull in the music, I leaned forward, my elbows resting on the bar, and whispered, "There are some nights where the city feels like it's breathing you in and out, and you can't tell if you're the one being lifted or the one being pulled down." His eyes flickered, not with anger, but with a realization that something inside his chest was resonating with the words. The cadence of my voice was deliberate, each syllable placed like a stone in a riverbed, forcing the current to slow and swirl around it. He responded, voice barely above the background hum. "I've always thought I could stay above it all, that nothing could reach me." I let the silence sit heavy, like a blanket that has been pulled over a sleeping infant. The only sound was the soft hiss of the air conditioner. When I finally spoke again, it was not a question but an observation. Even the strongest metal corrodes if the moisture finds a single point to cling to. His shoulders relaxed a fraction, the tension in his jaw easing as if a rivet had been loosened. He swallowed a tiny sound. "What are you trying to—" I answered without pretense. "I'm just reminding you that everyone's chest is a vault. Some people put their gold in there. Some leave it empty, and some forget that a heartbeat is still a sound that can be heard if you listen closely enough." The words settled into the space between us, a subtle pressure that seemed to vibrate against his ribs. He placed his hand, almost reflexively, over his chest, as if confirming the presence of something solid there. The gesture was small, barely perceptible, but it was there, an acknowledgement that his heart was indeed there, not just an ornamental piece of his exterior. The bartender, catching the exchange, turned the lights up a notch, the amber glow spilling over the polished wood and catching the glint of his cufflinks. The bar's rhythm returned to its baseline, but the air felt a little less dense. I finished my water, slipped a folded piece of paper from my pocket, and slid it across the bar toward him. He unfolded it with a cautious curiosity. The page bore only a single line, written in a hurried, ragged hand. Even the quietest cracks echoed louder than any shout. He stared at the ink, the letters forming a shape that seemed to resonate with the beat beneath his ribs. Before he could utter another word, a sudden rush of patrons surged toward the door as a siren wailed outside, the lights flickering in response. The bar erupted into a flurry of movement. Glass bottles were lifted, conversations surged, and the weight of the moment dissipated into a chaotic rhythm once more. I rose, placed a few bills on the counter, and slipped out into the night. The street inundated me with a fresh spray of rain, the droplets striking the pavement like tiny percussion instruments. As I walked away, I could still feel the tremor of the line I had left behind, reverberating in a place that had buried it for years. The city's shadows stretched and curled around the corners, each one a reminder that every facade is a fissure, every shield a seam. On the asphalt, the reflection of the streetlights glimmered, and in that glitter, I saw 1,000 hearts beating, some loud, some soft, all vulnerable beneath layers of steel and silk. The lesson settled in my mind. Domination is not measured by the number of enemies you silence, but by the capacity to make a guarded soul feel the weight of its own pulse. A whisper that reaches the innermost chambers of a person can do more damage than any gunshot, because it leaves a scar that never heals entirely, just softens, just lingers, just reminds the owner that the armor is not impenetrable. I disappeared into the night, the rain washing away the footprints of that evening. Yet the echo of the line I'd left lingered like a low-frequency hum that no one could turn off. The streets kept their secrets, and I kept mine. A quiet upheaval will return, time after time, to the same vaulted hearts that believed they could never be broken. The darkness was still dark, the city still wise, and the psychological battle continued. One whispered crack at a time. Chapter 6, False Kings. The alley behind the club was a thin strip of concrete sandwiched between a dumpster that reeked of stale beer and a graffiti-spattered wall that read Kingdom in dripping, stylized letters. A single bulb hung from a rusted pipe, casting a harsh, yellow cone that turned the space into a makeshift throne room. In the center of the pool of light stood a man on an overturned barrel, the cheap plastic crown he'd fashioned from a soda cap perched crooked on his head. He lifted a half-full bottle, raised it high, and shouted his name until the echo ricocheted off the brick, and the night seemed to lean in to listen. From my perch behind the trash cans, I saw what the crowd could not see, the hollow core that the crown was meant to conceal. The king was a collection of borrowed titles, social media followers, flash photo moments, a stack of business cards with a logo that meant nothing beyond the surface. He was a mirror polished enough to reflect admiration, but the glass was thin, and any tremor could shatter it. People gravitated toward him not because he possessed any intrinsic superiority, but because they were wired to treat status symbols as proof of competence. Social proof is a shortcut our brains take when the cognitive load is high. We outsource judgment to the loudest voice, because evaluating each claim independently would exhaust us. The crown was therefore less a sign of personal merit, and more a tool to recruit that shortcut. When a crowd repeats a phrase, it becomes a mantra, and the mantra becomes belief. I had been watching him for weeks, cataloging every flimsy brick in the edifice he'd erected. In my notebook, tucked inside the leather cover of an old poetry journal, I jotted down the moments that slipped through his mask, the way his eyes flickered to the exit, whenever the bass dropped, the micro pause before he answered a question about his past, the nervous inhale he tried to hide when someone asked about money. Those pauses were cracks, but they were invisible to the crowd. The plan was simple, in the way the most effective manipulations are. Inject an image that would make the audience see the sheen on the crown for what it was. I'd already recorded a short fragment of conversation I'd overheard at the laundromat 2 nights ago. A kid had asked him what he feared most. He'd whispered, almost too low to be caught, "I'm scared they'll notice I'm just another kid with a loud voice." The recording was only 10 seconds, but the confession was a scalpel. I waited until the beat slowed, the DJ swapping a track for a slower, more melodic piece that coaxed people to lean in. That was my cue. I slipped the phone into my pocket, the tiny speaker hidden behind a loose brick, and pressed play. The room's hum fell to a low murmur as the first lines of my secret snippet rolled over the crowd. "I'm scared they'll notice I'm just another kid with a loud voice." The words hung in the stale air, thin as smoke. For a heartbeat, the entire space seemed to hold its breath. The neon crown flickered, the light casting a wavering halo over the plastic cap. The king's jaw tightened, the way a glass can quiver if you tap its rim too hard. The bottle in his hand trembled, droplets of cheap whiskey tracing fragile rivers down the barrel's side. Someone laughed nervously, trying to smother the tension. A group of younger kids exchanged glances, the kind that said, "Did you hear that?" in a language older than words. The crowd's chant that built up a moment before now sounded like a thin veil being pulled away. Their eyes, which had been locked on his projected confidence, scanned the space for something else, something real. I watched the crown wobble, the plastic cap catching the bulb's glare, then tipping slightly, as if the weight of confession had added a millimeter of gravity. It didn't fall, it merely shifted, and that shift was enough. The king's smile cracked in the same way, a fissure that spread from his mouth to his eyes. He lifted his bottle again, but his voice now sounded strained, as though each syllable had to be fought for. The effect was not a theatrical collapse. There was no rain of confetti, no dramatic gasps. The damage was quieter, more insidious. The crowd's loyalty, built on the illusion of invincibility, faltered like a candle in a draft. People started to whisper among themselves, the murmurs turning into a low buzz that reminded me of a hive disturbed. In that moment, I realized something I'd only hinted at before. Power built on external validation is a house of mirrors that reflects only what the viewer wants to see. When the mirror cracks, the reflected image is still there, but it is distorted, and the viewer must reckon with their own face in the broken shards. I stepped back into the shadows, the hiss of a stray cat crossing the alleyway punctuating the scene. The king tried to reassert control, gesturing emphatically, trying to shove his crown back onto his head, as if force could make the illusion permanent. He shouted a line from one of his earlier verses, the same line that had made the crowd roar hours before, but this time the words landed on ears that heard his fragility. The night wore on, the music throbbed, the crowd thinned. Those who left did so with a different rhythm in their steps, a new pattern that suggested they were processing the shift, reassessing the hierarchy they just witnessed. The king lingered on the throne of his overturned barrel, a solitary figure under a flickering light, clutching a crown that now seemed absurdly heavy. I lingered too, not out of remorse, but out of a perverse appreciation for mechanics of collapse. The satisfaction was not in his fall, but in the knowledge that the retreat of the false king unveiled a void in the streets that could still be filled, but only by something more authentic, something that would take longer to build, because it would have to be forged from shared struggle, not from the quick spark of a fabricated title. In the quiet seconds after the crowd vanished, I thought about how many crowns I'd already seen shatter on these streets. Each one left a residue, a faint smell of burnt paper that clung to the air. That residue is a reminder that the kingdom's foundation is never stone. It is thin, paper thin, and the moment a gust of truth passes through, the whole structure collapses. I slipped the phone back into my coat, the recorded confession still looping quietly in my mind. I made a mental note to keep feeding the streets these fragments, to keep reminding the blood-pumped masses that the loudest voice is often the most insecure. True dominion, I'd learned, isn't about wearing a crown at all. It's about controlling the narrative that makes the crown appear needed. As I turned onto the wet sidewalk, the city's neon signs reflected on the puddles, forming a kaleidoscope of broken crowns and flickering hopes. The night was still dark, still wise, still willing to swallow another story. I walked into its mouth, already plotting the next disruption, knowing that each false king I topple makes room for either a better ruler or, just as often, a deeper void, and that, in this KonKrete kingdom, is the most enduring scar. Chapter 7, Chasing Power. The alley behind the club was still breathing the same stale, sour scent of spilled beer and burned rubber, but now the air carried a new vibration, a low, persistent hum that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. I could feel it in my bones, a tremor that whispered, "The game is changing, and the rules are being rewritten while the pieces are still on the board." Power, I had learned, is not a single object you can pick up and clutch. It is a current, an invisible river that flows beneath the streets, to the cracked concrete and the flickering neon, through the gossip that rides on the backs of delivery trucks, and the rumors that whisper to the vents of abandoned warehouses. To chase it, you must first learn its source, then learn how to bend its direction without getting caught in its eddies. I spent the next 3 nights moving through the city like a ghost, watching the places where the current gathered. The first was the corner of 12th and Main, where a faded billboard advertised a soda brand that no one sold anymore. The billboard had been turned into a billboard for a local rapper's mixtape. When the beat from that mixtape floated out of the open windows of a nearby shop, the whole block seemed to pulse in time with it. Every time the bass dropped, a few extra heads bobbed, a few more eyes widened. The crowd that gathered, there was a mix of night shift workers, kids who'd never seen daylight, and the occasional businessman polishing his leather shoes before a 2 a.m. meeting. I slipped an old pair of headphones into a trash can near the speaker, a pair I programmed with a low-frequency loop that I recorded earlier, a whispered phrase that hissed just beneath the bass line. You think the throne is yours, but it's built on the backs of those who never hear the crown's clang. When the bass hit, the whisper rose just enough to be heard if you leaned in, but not enough to be obvious. The effect was subtle. A few people slowed their nods, their eyes flickered with doubt, the swagger in their shoulders loosened by an unseen weight. The rhythm of the block altered by a single, barely perceptible phrase. The second point of current was the underground parking garage behind the municipal building. It was a place that never really emptied. The lights were always on, casting harsh white light on rows of cars that never left. Inside, a network of night shift security guards rotated their watches, exchanging jokes that boiled down to who's in charge tonight. I found a spot behind a column and set up a small speaker, feeding it a different loop. When the lights are brightest, the shadows move fastest. The guards, who prided themselves on seeing everything, began to glance over their shoulders more often. Their voices grew quieter, their jokes more strained. The atmosphere thickened with a sense that something unseen was already watching them, that their control was an illusion suspended over a void. A single guard, the one who always seemed to be the loudest, muttered under his breath, "They're always there," as if the words had finally caught up with him. The third point of current was the abandoned textile mill on the edge of the river. Its broken windows let the moonlight spill across rusted looms and cracked concrete, turning the whole place into a stage for shadows. In the week before, an up-and-coming king had held a small gathering there, boasting about his influence, his army of followers. I slipped into mill during a rainstorm, the water pooling in the cracks like dark eyes. I set a recorder on a rusty conveyor belt. Time to go off when the crowd's chatter reached a peak. The recording was simply a heartbeat, steady, strong, then suddenly faltering. When the crowd heard the wavering pulse, murmurs turned into nervous laughter. The swagger in the king's posture wavered, and the crowd's loyalty began to feel like a house of cards caught in a gust. By the end of the third night, I had 3 different currents pulsing through 3 different veins of the city, each altered by a whisper barely audible over the ambient noise. Power is never a single point. It is a network, a lattice of belief and doubt. To chase it, you must seed doubt in the places where belief is strongest, allowing the existing flow to shift in the direction you desire. I didn't stop there. I began to watch the ways the city responded to the subtle shifts I'd introduced. At the corner of 12th and Main, the kids who used to rap every night began to ask each other more questions. Why do we throw the crown around if no one's really wearing it? The businessman who used to stay silent now lingered by the trash cans, listening to the whispers, his eyes calculating, his briefcases suddenly feeling heavier. In the parking garage, the guards started checking the cameras more obsessively, replaying footage of empty hallways, as if searching for ghosts that weren't there. In the mill, the king's crew began to fracture, each member turning on the next, fearing they might be the one whose heartbeat would be the next to misfire. Every time a doubt was planted, it grew a little root. The root found soil in the cracks we had already created with the broken crown, with the exposed heart, with the whisper on wax. The power we chased was no longer a distant throne. It was a network of fractures and fissures that ran through the city's very nervous system. I realized then that power is not an object you can lift, but a force you can redirect. The true chase is not about gaining more, but about ensuring that the flow you control never finds a place to settle into a single point where it can be taken. The more you spread it, the more you dilute any one person's ability to hold it. In a world that shrieks king at the slightest flash of light, the one who learns to dim that light while brightening the shadows owns the night. I walked away from the mill with the rain still dripping from my coat, the river's current crashing against a steel pier as if the water itself approved of the new direction I'd set. The night had become my ally, the street an endless ledger where I could write with whispers, echoing through the alleys like the silent hum of a low-frequency current that no one sees, only feels. And that feeling is a true currency of power. The city continued its noisy hum, the neon signs flickering as if trying to keep up with the rhythm I'd imposed. The chase was far from over. Every new night would bring another vein, another current to be nudged. But for now, the river of power flowed through my hands, and I could already taste the metallic tang of control on my tongue. Power, I know now, is never a throne you sit upon. It's the floor you stand on while the world keeps looking up at the empty crown that rests on a distant, unreachable pedestal. And as long as the streets keep whispering, I'll keep listening, keeping the current moving, always a step ahead of those who think they can claim it for themselves. Chapter 8, Night Raids. The city's pulse slows after the last train screeches into the tunnel, and the neon signs bleed into the rain-slick sidewalks. In that lull, the streets become a laboratory, the darkness a blank page on which the mind writes its most vulnerable stories. My footsteps are the only sound that dares to cut through the stillness, each footfall a metronome that syncs with the quiet breathing of the apartments that line the block. I had learned long ago that the most effective assaults are never aimed at the flesh. A bullet can splinter a bone, but an idea can shatter an ego without leaving a single wound. The night, then, is the perfect conduit. When the lights are dim and the world seems to surrender its defenses, the ego slips into the same fragile place where dreams wander, its own private theater of invincibility. My job is to change the script while the audience is asleep. I arrived at the target's door as the rain turned the KonKrete into a mirror. The building was an aging tenement, its facade a patchwork of cracked plaster and rusted fire escapes. The hallway smelled of stale cigarette smoke and the faint metallic aroma of mildew, a scent that tells a mind this place has been lived in, forgotten, and is now waiting for a new story. I slipped a thin, black plastic key, one I had fashioned from a discarded motel key card, into the lock. The tumblers clicked, a soft surrender that went unnoticed even by the street's occasional stray cat. Inside, the apartment was a dimly lit box of half-open curtains, a lone lamp that threw a single circle of light onto a narrow bed. The mattress was already rumpled, the blankets pulled up to the shoulders of a figure that lay still, chest rising and falling in the rhythm of a dream. I could see the silhouette of the nightstand, the cheap wooden table that held a cheap alarm clock, a chipped mug, and a stack of unfilled notebooks. In the far corner, a battered bookshelf leaned against the wall, its spines broken, its contents a jumble of poetry pamphlets, mixtape covers, and a few dog-eared magazines. My first move was to alter the visual field the sleeper would awaken to. I pulled the curtains aside just enough for the street lamp's harsh white glare to slice across the room, turning the familiar soft amber into an unforgiving glare. Light, when it intrudes unexpectedly, forces the brain to reset its internal map of safety. I placed the lamp's shade so it cast long, distorted shadows on the wall. Shadows that resemble the outlines of empty chairs, a broken crown, a door that never opened. The subconscious mind reads those silhouettes as symbols: loss, unfinished power, an exit that will never arrive. Next, I turned my attention to sound. The city outside drummed a muted rhythm. Rain tap-tapping on metal roofs, distant sirens, the low hum of a late-night generator. I slipped a tiny Bluetooth speaker under the mattress, set it to a loop of a faint, low-frequency hum that sits just below the threshold of conscious hearing, about 18 hertz. the frequency the brain registers as pressure. I calibrated it so the hum rose a fraction each hour, gently nudging the sleeper's vestibular sense, creating an internal disorientation that feels, upon waking, like a lingering dizziness. When the mind tries to anchor itself to a reality that feels slightly off-kilter, the ego's confidence in its own perception begins to erode. I also altered the textual environment. On the nightstand beside the alarm clock, I placed a small, folded piece of paper, plain white, no ink at first. I wrote on it, in a cramped, hurried scrawl, a single sentence. "You are louder than your echo." The phrase is a paradox that makes the reader question whether the voice they hear is theirs or a reflection of something else. It is an invitation for the mind to interrogate its own assertions. I left the paper in a spot where it would be the first thing the eyes fell upon when the alarm inevitably shattered the night's quiet. The alarm clock itself was tampered with. I had lifted its internal battery and rewired to ring at an odd interval. 7:07 a.m., a time that seemed symmetrical yet meaningless, a reminder that the world could be ordered in ways that feel intentional but are actually arbitrary. The early, sterile ring jolts the sleeper from a dream of triumph into a waking world that already feels compromised. I slipped out as quietly as I had entered, the night swallowing my presence as if it had never been there. The rain had lessened, leaving puddles that reflected the sky turning a muted blue, the city's neon still flickering in the distance like a heartbeat. The effects manifested hours later, inside the room that had once sheltered a sense of invulnerability. The alarm cut through the darkness, its sound harsh and out of sync with any familiar routine. Eyes snapped open, pupils dilated, and for a fleeting moment the world seemed out of focus, as if the visual system were trying to reconcile two versions of the same space. One that held the harsh white glare, the other the lingering shadows that now looked like jagged teeth across the plaster. The sleeper sat up, heart hammering against the ribs, and reached for the folded note. The sentence stared back, simple but corrosive. A laugh escaped, a nervous, brittle sound that quickly turned to a mutter. What the? The mind tried to rationalize the paradox, but the internal script had already been torn. The sudden sense that the self was just a louder version of a much softer echo lingered, undermining the pride that had been built on the belief that his voice could command any room. Later, as the morning light filtered through cracked curtains, a headline scrolled across a phone that lay half covered by the blanket. Local influencer's latest mixtape drops to silence. The phrase silence was not a random coincidence. It was a snippet from a rumor I had seeded the previous evening on a whispered forum, a thread disguised as a fan's complaint about the man who thinks he's a king but can't even keep his own night quiet. The headline was a mirror, reflecting back the doubt that had been introduced while he slept. His day unfolded with a series of small but cumulative defeats. The comment section on his latest release was littered with people asking where's the fire. His phone buzzed with messages from peers. "You seemed off last night. Everything okay?" The evening news broadcast a segment on the rise of the silent threat, a story filmed near the same street where he slept, showing a youth turning a vacant lot into a community garden, a subtle, visual reminder that power can be given to those who cultivate quietly. By nightfall, the once unshakable figure had retreated to the same tenement, his confidence eroded not by a fight, but by a night's quiet assault that altered the terms of his own perception. He stared at the ceiling, the harsh street lamp's beam still leaking into the curtains, and the thought that his ego, once an unbreakable shield, had been infiltrated in the very moment he thought he was safe. My walk back through the rain-slick streets was accompanied by the soft, lingering hum from the speaker I had left behind. Now a phantom in the distance. In the darkness, I could feel the city's breath steadying, the night realigning its own rhythm. The raid was over, but the ripple would travel far beyond the walls of that single apartment. Power, after all, is most brittle when it is cradled in the mind's private theater of dreams. The night raids are not about guns or bruises. They are about slipping a single, dissonant note into a melody that the ego believes it composes. When the melody falters, the audience, no matter how loud, begins to question the conductor's authority. I turn the key in the lock of my own door, the night pulling the curtain of the city close around me. Tomorrow another target would sleep, the world would turn its back, and the darkness would again become the canvas upon which I paint doubt. The street, ever wise and ever patient, whispered back, "You think you are stealing the night, but the night is stealing you." Chapter 9, The Young One Falls. The alley that feeds the city's underground verses is a narrow scar cut into the brick-faced surface of Metropolis, a place where rain creates slick, mirror-like gutters and neon graffiti bleeds into puddles like fresh blood. It is a corridor that never quite sees the day. Its walls are perpetually dim, illuminated only by a cyan-green Freestyle Friday sign that flickers on and off as if uncertain of its own purpose. The hum of the city's traffic is a distant roar, muffled by plaster and the rusted metal grates that line the passage. In this confined theater, the only audience is the echo that bounces off KonKrete, and the only judge is the nervous energy that vibrates in the air. Flash had arrived in this alley the first time he could walk on his own, a lanky 15-year-old with a shaved head and a smile that stretched just past his teeth. He had taken his nickname from the way his eyes seemed to flash each time the beat dropped, a brief illumination that promised something larger than the cramped space that held him. He wore a hoodie with the capital letters FLS sewn in black thread across the chest, a self-made emblem, a claim he could carry without needing a crown. He practiced his rhymes under the flickering light, reciting lines to the empty air as if the walls themselves were a captive audience that might someday applaud. I first noticed him not because of his words, but because of the way his presence altered the rhythm of the alley. When he stepped onto the makeshift stage, a rotted wooden pallet placed against a graffiti-covered wall, his breath seemed to sync with the bass that throbbed from the portable speaker that sat beneath a battered stack of CD cases. The reverberation of his voice traveled through the alley like a wave that lifted dust motes and made distant sirens sound farther away. The crowd that gathered each Friday night was a mixture of worn-out delivery drivers, night shift cleaners, and a handful of aspiring MCs who wanted a name on a mixtape. They watched Flash with the expectation that the night would give them a story, and they were ready to let his story become theirs. There is a certain psychology to the way a young performer consumes attention. The adolescent brain is still wiring its prefrontal cortex, a region responsible for impulse control and long-term planning. At the same time, the reward circuitry, a circuit of dopamine pathways, fires almost on cue when applause, likes, or any sign of social validation arrives. Flash's nervous system was primed to interpret each cheer as a tangible token of worth, each taunt as a potential threat to the fragile self-esteem he was scaffolding. In this way, the alley was not just a venue. It was a laboratory where his confidence could be amplified, measured, and eventually broken. 3 weeks before the night, he would lose his footing. I began laying the groundwork. I had long learned that sound can be weaponized not just by volume, but by frequency. The vestibular system in the inner ear responds to low-frequency vibrations, sub-30 Hz tones, by sending signals to the brain that help maintain balance. When those signals are subtly distorted, the brain registers a feeling of disorientation without any obvious source. I took an old Bluetooth speaker, cracked its housing, and soldered a simple oscillator circuit that generated a faint 18 Hz pulse. I concealed the device behind a stack of crates near the makeshift stage, calibrating its output so that the pulse rose imperceptibly every 30 seconds, matching the natural rise and fall of the DJ's beat. In isolation, the tone was inaudible. Together with the deep bass, it became a hidden pressure that could gnaw at the inner ear of anyone who stood close enough for an extended period. I also recorded a fragment of my own voice, soft, deliberate, almost a whisper, over a loop that would later be embedded in Flash's own mixtape. The line was, "When the echo outgrows the source collapses." It was a paradox, a lyrical cue that sounded like a philosophical observation, but when heard repeatedly beneath a beat, seeped into the subconscious and began to erode a performer's certainty in his own originality. I left the file on a USB drive disguised as a demo beat and slipped it into the pile of tracks that the DJ would spin that night. The plan was simple. The frequency would fuzz Flash's sense of equilibrium just enough to cause a micro stutter, while the whispered line would plant a seed of doubt about his creative authenticity. The night of the showdown arrived with a sky thickened by clouds that threatened to weep their entire weight on the city. Rain began to fall in a steady curtain, drumming against the metal grates with a rhythm that made the alley feel like the inside of a drum. The crowd was larger than usual. An extra cohort of university students had arrived, armed with phones, ready to capture every moment for their social feeds. Flash took his place at the center of the pallet. His hoodie pulled tight, his hands trembling just enough to betray a nervous edge. He inhaled, exhaled, and launched into his opening bars. The words hit the walls like rapid fire, sharp, quick, full of bravado. The crowd responded with a roar that seemed to lift the very ceiling. Midway through his climax, "I'm the storm that never settles. I'm the flash that never fades." The hidden oscillator reached its peak. The low-frequency pulse rippled through the concrete, a subtle pressure that made his inner ear sense an imbalance, as if the floor beneath him were shifting. In that split second, the rhythm of his own breath faltered, his eyes widened, a flush rushed to his cheeks, and the once precise enunciation began to stutter. The cadence that carried him thus far became a halting, uneven march, a brief, involuntary inhalation, so minor it would have gone unnoticed by anyone not paying attention to micro-expressions, caused his tongue to miss a syllable. The crowd, attuned to the cadence of the beat, sensed a disruption. Their cheers turned into murmurs, then into nervous chuckles. The atmosphere, which had been electric, now felt tense, like a circuit on the verge of short circuit. At that moment, Razor, an older MC who had been waiting in the wings, saw his opening. He stepped forward with slow, deliberate swagger, his voice low and resonant, each line of blade cutting through the flickering confidence that had begun to crack. The crowd, now split between loyalty to the rising star and intrigue for the seasoned contender, shifted its favor. Razor's verses were less about bravado and more about dissection. He referenced the very line I had embedded in Flash's track. When the echo outgrows the source, as if he had heard it himself, using it to frame Flash's performance as a mimicry, a hollow reverberation of someone else's voice. The audience cheered, the applause now a tide washing away the remnants of Flash's momentary ascendancy. Flash's shoulders slumped as he left the pallet, his head bowed, his hoodie now a shroud rather than a banner. He walked down the stairs, each step echoing a quiet resignation. I followed at a distance, not to guard him but to observe the aftermath. In a dim side room behind the main venue, a space littered with discarded flyers, empty soda cans, and a broken air conditioner that hissed faintly, I found him huddled against a graffiti-marred wall. His breathing was shallow. He spoke to himself in a hushed tone, as if trying to recapture a line that had slipped through his mind. Did I just... His voice cracked. The words trembled like a loose thread pulling at a fabric that had begun to fray. The rain outside intensified, hammering the thin metal roof like a relentless drum. The neon sign outside the window flickered, casting a strobe of green and blue onto his gaunt face, highlighting the stark hollowness that now sat where once there had been swagger. In the following days, Flash vanished from the circuit. The regulars at the alley asked where he was. Their questions were half curiosity, half concern. His mother called a number I didn't recognize, her voice shaking as she explained that her son had stopped responding to text messages and had missed classes. A friend mentioned that Flash had been seen walking the riverbank under the overpass, staring at the water as if searching for his reflection and finding only ripples. The police were called. They filed a report for a missing person, but without a concrete lead, they could do little beyond filing paperwork. One evening, after a week of silence, my phone buzzed with a single text from an unknown number. You took his voice. No emojis, no signature, just a statement, stark as a bullet. It was a reminder that when I manipulate sound, the effect is not abstract. It ripples outward, touching lives in ways I may not fully anticipate. The quiet that followed the message was a stretch of black, like the space between two beats in a track. A pause that forced me to hear the echo of my own actions. When I walked the alley now, the Freestyle Friday sign still flickered, but the crowd that gathered was smaller. their energy diminished, their confidence wavering. The absence of flash created a vacuum that other MCs tried to fill, but the vibrancy of their verses seemed forced, lacking the raw kinetic charge that had once defined the night. I could see in her eyes the same flicker of doubt I had planted in Flash. The low-frequency hum that I had hidden beneath the bass was now a whispered rumor in every rehearsal, a rumor that the city's most promising newcomer had been unmade by an invisible pressure. The lesson, as the street quietly taught me, was brutal in its simplicity. A single, nearly imperceptible frequency, combined with a single line of lyrical doubt, could dismantle a carefully constructed persona. The physiological impact of the low-frequency pulse, inner ear disorientation, was a micro-injury that, when paired with the psychological weight of the lyrical echo, produced a cascade that the teenage brain could not reconcile. Flash's fall reminded me that the mind of a young talent isn't simply a repository versus an ambition. It is a fragile architecture of self-validation that can collapse under an almost inaudible pressure. The city's battlegrounds, which had always seemed to celebrate the rise and fall of mythic figures, now seemed like a place where the architecture itself could be altered by a whisper and a pulse. In those shadows, the night's humidity clung to the walls like a reminder that every micromotion of serotonin and adrenaline could be tipped by an unseen hand. I left the alley that night with the rain still falling, each drop a tiny hammer striking the concrete, echoing the rhythm of a heart that had been forced to slow its beat. The neon signs blinking green reflected off the puddles, scattering fragments of light like broken pieces of crown that never truly existed. I knew that if the city's streets continued to be my canvas, the tools I used, sound, suggestion, subtle dissonance, would remain potent. But each use would carry the weight of life altered, a youth fallen, a family left to wonder what had happened to a boy who once flashed brighter than the signs above the alley. The darkness behind the glass windows was thick, but within it, a single thought persisted, unfiltered. Even the brightest flash can be dimmed by a frequency no one hears. And with that thought, the night swallowed my silhouette, the rain-slicked pavement reflecting the first faint glimmer of dawn that would soon wash over a city that never sleeps, never forgets, and never stops looking for the next echo to chase. Chapter 10. Taken from the light, the city's rain fell in a relentless sheet, turning the glass facade of the high-rise loft into a bleak mirror. Inside, a cascade of LED strips traced the perimeter of the floor, bathing the space in a sterile, almost clinical glow, the kind of light a brand's PR team commissions to make a face look eternal. She stood there, the woman the world called Lumen, her silhouette outlined against a luminous backdrop, eyes sharpened by years of lenses and filters. Tonight she was scheduled for a live stream that would launch a new perfume line, the scent marketed as the essence of sunrise captured in a bottle. The marketing team had already drafted the caption, "When you wear this, you become the light that the world chases." I had been watching her for months, cataloging every ritual she performed to sustain that image. The early morning yoga on the balcony, the careful placement of the white marble vase that held a single white lily, the nightly scroll through comment sections where strangers offered adulation in the form of emojis. She believed the adulation was proof of her brilliance. I knew the adulation was a fragile veneer that could be peeled away with a single, precise cut. My preparation began 3 nights earlier. I stole a compact, black-polished mirror from a thrift shop, the kind that seems to swallow light rather than reflect it. I fractured the surface with a tiny hammer, leaving a jagged fissure that, when angled properly, projected darkness onto any face that stood before it. I wrote a single line on the edge with silver Sharpie. Light is borrowed. Debt is inevitable. The ink catching the dimness, a phrase that would appear only when a glass caught a stray beam. The mirror arrived on a courier's bike, tucked inside a plain cardboard box. I placed it on the edge of Lumen's vanity, directly opposite the LED strip. The next step required a more subtle intrusion, a low-frequency oscillation, a 19 Hz wave that the human vestibular system registers as a pressure on the inner ear, but that the conscious mind cannot locate. I rigged a tiny Bluetooth transmitter beneath the couch, connecting it to a loop that ran each time the live stream's audio feed engaged. The transmitter's output was calibrated to rise slowly over the span of 3 minutes, just enough for a subtle sense of disorientation to creep into her nervous system without triggering alarm. At 2 a.m. on the night of the broadcast, the loft was quiet save for the soft hum of the air conditioning unit. I slipped inside to the service door, the complex's security keycard still fresh on my pocket. I adjusted the mirror's angle, ensuring that when Lumen turned toward her camera, the fractured pane would catch the LED flood and reflect a sliver of utter blackness onto her cheek. I placed a second note beneath the coffee table. Don't trust the flash. Shadows live in the flash. I left a single red-inked lipstick on the vanity, an object meant only for the eyes that could see it, a reminder that color can bleed. When the clock struck 8, the first notification pinged on her phone. She smiled, applied a dab of the new perfume, and stepped onto the raised platform that dominated the center of the loft. The camera, a high-definition I trained on her, captured the glitter of the LED strips, the immaculate arrangement of her makeup, the sparkle of the hollow crown she wore atop her tangled curls. Her voice, filtered through a studio-grade mic, rode the opening bars of a synth-driven track that promised sunrise. The audience numbers swelled, chat bubbles filling the right-hand side of the screen with hearts, exclamation points, and the standard refrain, "You're a goddess." 30 seconds after the broadcast began, the low-frequency wave began its ascent. The pressure was subtle, a feeling that the room was slightly smaller than it should be, a faint ringing in the ears that could have been the hum of the air conditioner, a momentary vertigo that she shook off with a practiced laugh. The mirror, however, performed its own betrayal. When she angled her head to the left, the fractured glass caught a thin line of LED light, projecting an angular shard of darkness onto the right side of her face. In the split second that the darkness touched her skin, her smile flickered. She paused, eyebrows knitting in a way that the audience did not see because the camera's focus remained on the glittering left side of her face. The pulse in the background track shifted, a bass note that seemed to throb like a heart in distress. She swallowed, the sound of a dry throat echoing faintly. The chat, which had been a steady stream of adulation, experienced its first ripple. Did you hear that? Something's off. A handful of viewers typed emojis of confusion. A few scribbled low latency. In a desperate attempt to rationalize the anomaly, Lumen forced herself back into cadence, her words gaining a tremor. "Tonight, we bring you the dawn," she announced, but her voice cracked on the word dawn, an audible wobble that matched the unseen pressure in her inner ear. She tried to smile again, but the black shard from the mirror lingered across her cheek, a visual metaphor of a bruise that would not be covered by foundation. Each time she turned, the darkness reappeared, as if the light itself recoiled from her. The pressure from the low-frequency wave increased incrementally. Within 2 minutes, a near-intangible nausea settled in her stomach. She placed a hand on her mouth as though to suppress an involuntary gasp, the gesture captured by a close-up camera angle that was not meant for public view. The audience's chat erupted in alarm. "Asterisk sick? Asterisk, are you okay?" Her face looks off. The comment count spiked. Panic began to replace adoration. The algorithm that fed her content amplified the disruption, turning viewership into a frantic, watch-the-collapse spectacle. In a moment of strained composure, she announced, "We'll take a short break," and reached for the light switch on the wall. The switch, wired to the same circuit as the LED strips, flickered as if indecisive. Then the entire ceiling washed out into a near-black void. The LEDs sputtered, one after another, dying out like dying fireflies. The room, which had been manufactured sunrise, now stood in oppressive darkness, illuminated only by the harsh, amber glow of a single filament bulb hanging from the ceiling. The silence that replaced the music was not quiet. It was a low, resonant hum that pulsated to the floorboards, the walls, the very marrow of the building. A sound that the earlier low-frequency oscillator amplified as a feedback loop. In that vacuum, Lumen's own breathing became the most salient noise, rapid, shallow, each inhale a gasp of the light she had lost. She stared at the now blank LED panels, at the black mirror that reflected only the darkness she had inadvertently invited into her own space. The note I had placed on the coffee table lay in plain view, its ink catching the dim bulb. Don't trust a flash. Shadows live in a flash. She read it, the words slashing across her mind with the precision of a scalpel. The lipstick lay beside it. A poisoned kiss meant to symbolize the sweet allure of fame. The surface of the mirror, its fractured edge jagged like a broken promise, caught the faint bulb light and threw a fleeting glint onto her wrist, as if reminding her that even polished surfaces can harbor sharp teeth. She slipped the camera off, the live feed cutting to a static intermission screen. For a few minutes, a black screen prompted viewers to stay tuned. In the hidden corner of the footage, the low-frequency oscillator's waveform spiked, a visual representation of the pressure that continued to press on her inner ear. She clutched the edge of a table, the sharp bark of the broken mirror reverberating through her fingertips. When the stream finally resumed, it was not the glossy unveiling of fragrance, but a trembling confession. I think I'm not as I appear," she whispered, voice hoarse, tears gathering at the corners of her eyes. The camera zoomed in on her cheek, the dark shard from the mirror stark against her pale skin. A single tear rolled down, catching the weak bulb light, turning into a tiny, gleaming river. Her words came out in halting fragments. I'm scared the light is not mine. It's borrowed. The chat, which had once been a chorus of admiration, now echoed with raw, unfiltered reactions. We love you. You're human. Don't lose yourself. The mix of empathy and horror created a tidal wave of emotional data that flooded the platform's servers, momentarily overwhelming the algorithm. For a fleeting instant, the number of viewers surged past the 1 million mark, not for glamour but for catastrophe. When the broadcast finally ended, Lumen sat alone in the darkness, the LED strips now dead, the room a cavernous void that seemed to swallow sound. She pressed her forehead against the cool glass of the balcony doors, the rain outside pouring down in sheets, each drop of percussion on the metal frame. The world outside was a blurred swirl of neon, the city's lights unabated, indifferent to the flickering candle inside. I watched from a nearby rooftop, hidden beneath a rusted fire escape. The rain pelted my coat, the cold seeping through the fabric, grounding me as I observed the aftermath. She emerged from the loft hours later, hair disheveled, makeup smudged, the black mirror tucked under her arm like a relic of a broken promise. She moved through the city with a trembling gait, her phone buzzing with messages from fans demanding explanations, from advertisers threatening to pull sponsorship. She stopped beneath a street lamp, the light catching crack in her mirror fragment, turning it into a radiating line of darkness that seemed to cut the night itself. She turned away from the lamp, eyes haunted, speaking to herself in a voice that no one could hear over the rain. I have nothing left to give. The cracked mirror fell from her hands, shattering on the pavement into 1,000 razor-sharp pieces, each reflecting a distorted fragment of her own face. She stared at the shards, each one a reminder that the light she had cultivated was not her own. It was a borrowed glow that now lay broken at her feet. The city did not mourn her fall. Neon signs continued to flash. Traffic roared past, and the rain kept its relentless rhythm. In the darkness, I heard the low hum of the oscillator still humming in the loft, a phantom frequency that would linger in the building's wiring, waiting for the next opportunity to seep into another mind, to take another light. In those final moments, as I walked away from the scene, the ink from the note on the coffee table seemed to smear itself into the rain-slick concrete, a silent testament to a truth that had finally been illuminated. Light is borrowed. The debt is paid in darkness. Chapter 11. Forever at War. The rain that had soaked the city for days had finally receded, leaving the streets slick with thin film of oil and neon that seemed to pulse in time with my thoughts. I walked the cracked thoroughfare beneath a canopy of flickering streetlights, each bulb a hollow eye watching the world dissolve into a low-frequency hum that no one could locate, but everyone could feel. The air itself vibrated, an undercurrent that slapped against the inner ear, a pressure that made the world feel as if the ground were shifting beneath my shoes. It was the same pressure I had first planted in the ear of a boy who thought he could own the night, the same invisible wave that now seeped through the crumbling plaster of the old factory and into the veins of the syndicate's enforcers. Every corner of the city now hummed with 3 overlapping frequencies. The syndicate moved like ghosts, their muscles bulging against a tidal wave of dizziness that turned their intimidation into a disorienting ballet. The flux painted the walls with colors that seemed to bleed and reshuffle before my eyes, their verses riding an undertow of synthetic bass that made the listener's chest tighten as if a hand were squeezing their throats. And the echo, that faceless cabal of engineers who stole my own low tone and multiplied it, filled the subway tunnels, the parking garages, the ventilation shafts with a constant, whispered static that never resolved, a sound that made every passerby feel a little more paranoid, a little more willing to believe that something was always watching. I stood inside the abandoned municipal library, the place where the city stored its whispered histories in dust-covered volumes, and where the echo had recently grafted a hidden speaker into the ventilation system. The old wooden desks were slick with the condensation of my breath, and the rows of books seemed to breathe, their spines expanding and contracting in a slow, rhythmic motion that matched the pulse of the hidden hum. I could feel the low-frequency oscillation threading through the ducts, a phantom tide that rose and fell like a tide in my own bloodstream. My own head throbbed in sync, the edge of a migraine sharpening, the world tilting ever so slightly. I thought of the ways the war had become a layered echo chamber. The syndicate's brute force was now softened by a perpetual sense of vertigo. The Flux's lyrical assaults were amplified by an artificial dopamine rush. The echo's endless white noise field turned every street corner into a battlefield of nerves. The city had become a living organism, its nervous system hijacked by frequencies that turned ordinary thoughts into trembling hallucinations. Walking down the main hallway, the fluorescent light above flickered in double beats, casting strobe-like shadows that made my vision fragment. Pictures within pictures, each one a distorted memory of a night when I had taken crown from a king and a flash from a goddess. A sudden crack of static rose from the vents, rising in a thin, needle-sharp crescendo that split the air like a knife. The sound seemed to rip a seam in my perception, and for a fraction of a second I saw the library dissolve into a kaleidoscope of colors that never existed. Mauve rivers of light flowing through black corridors, violet clouds swallowing the ceiling, and in the center of that psychedelic vortex, a stairwell spiraled upward, each step illuminated by a flickering orange that pulsed in time with the unseen hum. My mind, already frayed by the constant low-tone assault, slipped into a trance, the edges of reality blurring into watercolor. In that trance, I heard a voice, not my own, whispering from the 12th floor, "Come! The echo calls you home." The phrase was both an invitation and a threat, a promise that whatever lay at the top of that stairwell would be the culmination of the war I had waged, the place where the fractured frequencies would converge, and where the battle would finally have a body, a physical wound to match the endless psychological bleed. I felt a cold hand brush against the back of my neck, the sensation of someone, or something, watching, waiting, ready to strike. My feet moved of their own accord, climbing the rusted metal stairs that seemed to stretch endlessly, each tread echoing a bass thump that resonated in my chest. The walls dripped with condensation that turned into a thin, silver river, and the air grew heavier, saturated with the scent of old paper and ozone. The deeper I went, the more the low-frequency hum grew, a roar that seemed to fill my skull, making my thoughts race in fragmented bursts like splintered glass. At the landing of the 12th floor, the door to a small, windowless room stood ajar, a thin sliver of darkness spilling out. Inside, a single chair sat under a weak bulb that flickered in rhythm with the hum, casting shadows that writhed like living things. On the floor lay a thin sheet of paper, the ink of which seemed to pulse, each letter breathing in sync with a low-tone pulse. I could read the words, though the letters twisted and melted like wax. The echo has waited. The war is over where the light dies. The realization struck like a cold blade. Death was not a sudden event, but the inevitable collapse of every frequency I had ever weaponized. the point where the endless symphony of dread finally found a final note. The hum reached its apex, the room vibrating so hard that the walls began to breathe, the bulb sputtering, the metal chair creaking as if about to give way. I felt the pressure in my ears become a physical weight, pressing down on my skull, the world narrowing to a pinpoint of light. My thoughts fractured, dissolving into color and sound, the line between reality and hallucination blurring beyond recognition. The hum swelled, a tidal wave of sonic pressure, and I understood that the 12th floor was not a place but a threshold, a place where the psychological war I had waged would finally claim a corporeal end. As the bulb flickered one last time and the humming ceased, the darkness swallowed me whole, the echo quieting for a moment before it could rise again. The city outside continued its relentless pulse, the neon still beating, the rain still staining the streets, unaware that the war had taken its first mortal toll on the 12th, a death that would echo forward into whatever chapter follows. Chapter 12, Exposed Wounds. The morning the building fell silent, the city woke to a headline that read like a funeral notice. Body discovered on 12th floor library stairwell. Investigation ongoing. Beneath the bland font, the subtext in the comments section was anything but bland. Thousands of usernames volleyed theories like shrapnel. Some said the death was a tragic accident. Others whispered that the echo had finally taken a life. A few even claimed that a hidden frequency had killed the soul. The words spilled across screens, each pixel a tiny echo of a larger roar that no one could locate. And for that brief moment, the whole metropolis seemed to lean in, as if listening for the faintest vibration that might confirm the rumor. I stood at the edge of a cracked sidewalk, the rain still slick under the street lamps, watching the police tape flutter in the wind like a warning sign. A uniformed officer approached, his badge catching the amber light. His eyes narrowed not because he suspected me, though his stare certainly cataloged the way my coat hung a fraction too loose for the rain, but because the hum that had pulsed through the ventilation shafts that morning was still reverberating through the concrete. He asked, in that flat, procedural tone, "You were seen near the library on the night of the incident. Can you tell me what you heard?" The question trembled like a broken glass. I could have told him about the low-frequency wave, the inverted pulse that had collapsed the echo's pressure field, the visceral vertigo that had made my own mind feel weightless. Instead, I said only what seemed plausible, just the wind. The hum inside my skull, however, did not stop at a lie. It grew louder, like an ocean tide that had been held back by a dam suddenly finding a crack. When the officer walked away, the humming persisted, but now it was interlaced with new timbre, an erratic, high-pitched whine that seemed to come from my own pulse. Every beat of my heart resonated as a throb of sound, each breath a gasp of static. I realized then that the war I had waged on the city's nervous system had seeped into my own. The external frequency had turned inward, exposing a wound that was not a laceration of skin, but a fissure of consciousness. I went to the small office on the corner of 5th and Daub, the only place in the city that still offered a therapy room, without a waiting list. The walls were lined with muted green paint, a faint scent of lavender masking the musty odor of old books. Dr. Leora Ezra, a woman whose eyes held a kind of compassion that could melt steel, greeted me with a nod. She was a relic from a time when mental health still meant talk it out. Now it meant survive the hum. "Tell me what you feel," she said, her voice a soft anchor in the sea of noise. I tried to describe it, but words collapsed under the pressure. I could only say that every step I took felt as though I were walking on a surface that was both solid and liquid, that the world tilted no matter where I placed my feet. She listened, her pen moving across paper in a rhythm that matched my breath, and asked, "When did this start?" I thought of the first night, the night I had slipped a whisper into the bass line for Flash, that boy whose future I'd turned into a stutter. I thought of Lumen, the woman who had walked onto the stage bathed in an artificial sunrise, only to see a piece of darkness slice across her cheek. I thought of the syndicate's enforcers, their muscles twitching as a hidden hum made the air feel viscous. Each of those memories rose as a ghostly scar crossed my mind, a line of red ink on a white page. The scar flash, A jagged crack where his confidence had once been smooth, now a trembling echo that made him lose his verse. Lumen scar, a black line drawn on her otherwise polished visage, a permanent reminder that light could be eclipsed. The syndicate scar, a flicker of dizziness that turned their intimidation into an unsteady swagger. And the Ekoes scar, the unending white noise that made the city feel like it was inside a refrigerator, the hum always present, never resolved. I felt these wounds bleed through me as I spoke, the words spilling onto the carpeted floor like blood. Dr. Ezra's face remained composed, but her eyes flickered with a recognition that cut deeper than any accusation. She knew the anatomy of trauma, not just in the flesh, but in the circuitry of the brain. She placed a hand on mine, palm warm against a chill that seemed to seep from my bones. "The mind is a map of battles," she murmured. "Every wound you inflicted on someone else becomes a fissure in your own terrain. The more you carve, the more the earth shakes beneath you." She didn't say that I was a monster. She didn't need to. The truth was already an open wound, a pulsating artery revealed under thin skin. The city streets were no longer just asphalt and brick. They were a living organism throbbing with the low-frequency pressure I had introduced. The hum that had once been a tactical tool now reverberated through all of us, a silent wave that could not be turned off. After the session, I stepped back onto the rain-slick pavement. The streets were quieter than they had been before. The chatter of commuters seemed muted, as if the air itself had become denser. A woman in a red coat passed me, her eyes darting to the sky. Where the morning sun tried to pierce through the lingering fog, she shivered, not from cold, but from the invisible pressure that made her shoulders feel as though they were being pulled apart. I noticed that a handful of people were sitting on the curb, heads bowed, clutching their ears as if to keep out a sound they could not name. A teenage boy, his hair a wild halo, tapped his foot against KonKrete in a rhythm that matched the lingering hum, an unconscious mimicry of the frequency that had haunted his nights. A homeless man, wrapped in a tattered blanket, muttered in a language I could not decipher, his voice rising and falling like a prayer. He turned his head toward me, eyes empty, and whispered, "They're everywhere now." The phrase lodged in my mind like a splinter. Everywhere. Not just in the city's alleyways, not just in the operating rooms of my own psyche, but in the very tubes of the air we inhaled. The hum was no longer a weapon aimed at a single target. It had become an infection. Each breath a carrier, each conversation a conduit. The exposed wounds of my victims were not isolated. They were woven together into a tapestry of collective anxiety. I entered a coffee shop to escape the damp, its windows fogged from the steam of an espresso machine. Inside, the low hum of conversation mixed with the hiss of the grinder, and for a moment I thought I could hear the underlying 19 hertz tremor threaded through the chatter. I ordered a black coffee. The bitter taste a reminder of the sharpness of my own deeds. The barista, a young woman with a tattoo of a compass on her forearm, smiled as she handed me the cup. She leaned in, her voice low. "You're the one they're talking about, right? The guy with the frequency thing." Her eyes flickered with a mixture of curiosity and fear. I could have finished her sentence, called her a conspiracy theorist, but the word stuck in my throat. I realized that the city had already named me, that I had become a myth, a ghost story told over cheap drinks. My existence had bled into the urban folklore, and those stories were the new wounds. Stories that people whispered in hushed tones behind their hands, stories that turned into scars on their own psyches. I placed the coffee on the table, the steam rising like a ghost rising from a grave, and watched the woman's hand tremble ever so slightly as she lifted the cup. The tremor was no longer a result of the frequency I'd injected. It was the body's natural response to stress, an involuntary reminder that the nervous system was forever altered. A sudden crash of glass shattered the fragile moment. The coffee shop's front window had slammed shut by a gust of wind that came down the alley like a breath from the city's throat. The sound was sharp, abrupt, slicing to the low-frequency hum that had been a background hiss. In that instant, something inside me cracked audible, a sound like a snapped string. The doorbell jingled as the shop's owner, A portly man with a permanent smile walked in, shaking his head at the wind. He glanced at me, his eyes lingering on the scar on my cheek, a faint line where skin had risen and fallen under the pressure of a night's low-frequency onslaught. He asked, "You all right, mate? You look off." I wanted to lie, to say yes, to keep the narrative intact, to preserve the illusion that I was still in control. Instead, I whispered, "I hear it still." His smile faltered. He turned, left the cafe, his footsteps echoing down the empty sidewalk. The hum in my ears rose, a crescendo that seemed to sync with the city's own heart, each streetlight blinking in reminder of an invisible pulse. Later, as night fell, I returned to my apartment, a cramped room above a laundromat with machines clanked in a rhythm that matched the pulsating hum. I turned on the small radio I kept for background noise, tuned it to static. The static was a mixture of white noise and that low-frequency hum, an ever-present reminder that the war was not fought in alleys or on stages, but inside the skull, in the delicate membranes of the inner ear and the fragile pathways of the brain. I sat on the floor, knees drawn up, and placed my hand over my ear. The sound was there, a faint, low thrum, an undercurrent that never ceased. It was both a reminder of the power I had wielded and a punishment for the horrors I had unleashed. My mind replayed each moment. Flash stumbling off stage, Lumen's mascara smudging as darkness fell across her cheek, the Syndicate's enforcer stumbling, the Ekoes speakers humming in subways. Every memory was a wound now open, bleeding not blood but anxiety, panic attacks, insomnia. The city's war had turned me into a living wound. The term exposed wound had once described the scars I inflicted on others. Now it described the raw, throbbing fissure in my own psyche. I could not close it with bandages. The hum was a surgeon's scalpel that never ceased cutting. I could not hide it beneath new layers of bravado. Every attempt to drown the sound with noise only amplified the dissonance. The phone on the nightstand buzzed. A number I didn't recognize flashed on the screen. 0482-***. I stared at it, the hum rising in my ears as if the device itself emitted it. My hand trembled as I lifted the phone. The voice on the other end was a disembodied female tone, clear, unnervingly calm. "We've been listening," she said. "Your frequencies have traveled farther than you imagined. Your wounds are now the city's. The echo is grateful." The line clicked dead, and the hum in my head surged, a wave crashing upon a shore of cracked concrete. I realized that the war, the endless pulse, would not end with my death. It would continue to spread, a contagion of anxiety, a virus of psychological disturbance. The exposed wound I carried would become a beacon, a signal for others to follow, to amplify. I sat back, the rain now a gentle patter against the window, the city below a sea of amber lights flickering in time with the low-frequency hum that seemed to rise from the pavement itself. My chest tightened, a painful reminder that every beat was an echo of a drumbeat I had set in motion. I closed my eyes, trying to drown out the ache, but the hum was a tide that would not recede. In the darkness of my mind, the wound remained an open scar, exposed to the world and to myself, a reminder that the most dangerous battles are fought not with guns or fists, but with the invisible frequencies that are heard only by those who have been touched. The city's war had bled into us all. The only thing left to do was to keep listening, to keep feeling, and hope that somewhere beyond the hum, a different kind of silence could be found. Epilogue. The city's spine has become a hollow drum, its ribs reverberating with a low, unending pulse that no one can locate, yet every passerby feels it thrum against their temples. Beneath the flickering street lamps, the pavement is cooled into a glass-like slab that mirrors the scarred faces of the people who walk it, each reflected eye a tiny, hollowed-out candle searching for a flame that will never ignite. I find myself on a platform that never sees daylight. The walls are lined with pipes that hiss softly, a constant susurrus that stitches itself into the rhythm of my own heart. The air is thick with metallic taste, as if the very atmosphere has been forged in a furnace where thoughts are smelted and poured into the streets above. In this vaulted space, The reverberations of the frequencies I once wielded return to me, not as weapons, but as a choir of whispered accusations that ricochet off concrete and settle into marrow of my bones. There is no audience here, no cheering crowd to feed the ego that once craved the throne of neon. Instead, the only illumination comes from a thin ribbon of phosphorescent algae that clings to the damp stone, casting an eerie green hue that outlines the endless loop of my own echo. It is a light that burns not with heat, but with the cold certainty that every act leaves a scar, and every scar becomes a conduit for the next tremor. I watch the city above through a fissure in the wall, a crack that little more than a vein, seeing the neon advertisements flicker, the sirens wail, the rain cascade in sheets over glass towers. In each reflection, I recognize a fragment of myself. The boy who broke a beat and shattered a confidence, the diva who watched darkness swallow her glow, the strategist who thought he could bend sound to his will. All those selves stand now as pale silhouettes behind a veil of low-frequency static, each one humming a different note in a dissonant symphony. The pulse grows louder, a tide that refuses to ebb. It reminds me of the first fracture, of the moment a single whispered line slipped beneath a beat and split a mind. It reminds me of the night the water tower fell silent, of the moment I tried to cancel a hum only to create a deeper vacancy. It reminds me of the wound I cannot close, the one that leaks a thin, relentless drip of doubt into every corner of the metropolis. There is no relief in this place. The floor beneath my feet is a lattice of cold steel, each step a reminder that the very ground has been warped by the frequencies that once surged through its veins. I am both the architect and the condemned, the one who set the resonance and now bears its endless echo in his skull. The sound is no longer a weapon aimed outward. It is a cage that folds in on itself, a labyrinth of reverberations that bind me to the very darkness I tried to illuminate. In the distance, a faint chime sounds, a metal door somewhere opening, the clank of a lock disengaging. I cannot tell whether it heralds a new intrusion, a fresh victim, or the arrival of something that will finally silence the ceaseless tide. The truth, once again, is a flicker behind the veil. The city will keep humming, the frequencies will keep slipping through cracks, and the scars will keep bleeding. I close my eyes, letting the hum wash over me like a river of ash. The wind that rolls through the tunnel carries no scent of fire, only the taste of iron and the lingering echo of a promise broken. In this endless chamber, time is measured not in minutes, but in the number of low-frequency pulses that pass beneath my skin before the next breath becomes another exhalation of static. The city above will never know the depth of this cavern, nor the weight of the sound that reverberates beneath its streets. It will continue to gamble with crowns, with verses, with whispers that cut deeper than any blade. And I, part conductor, part condemned, will remain here, the perpetual echo chamber of a war that never yields, a wound that never heals. The light that once seemed to promise now feels like a distant, yet undiminished, reminder that every shadow is cast by something that once burned. And in that darkness, the low-frequency hum persists, an unspoken oath that the battle is forever unfinished, the echo forever reverberating, and the soul forever bound to the furnace of its own making. The end.